All right, boys, what's going on with y'all, boys? I got a loss on NQ for y'all today. This was, in my opinion, God damn, I'm hiccuping. In my opinion, this was a great loss. A lot to learn from. My stop loss was the issue. My TP got banged within like a couple minutes, but I ended up getting stopped out towards the upside, targeting some shorts, targeting some 1 hour lows. But honestly, that shit was a primal entry, bro. That was a primal fucking entry, bro. I'm getting like, I'm low key just like, I'm washed, bro. But man, let me just recap this for y'all because this was really a good ass trade, bro. Like, this was a fire ass fucking trade, bro. And I'm kind of pissed that I lost out on this one. But, alright. As you could see, we have no SMT. So everything that I'm doing is based off of what NQ wants to do. Now we have these draws towards the downside. Now in my head, either price could come out, fill in this gap, and we could go to the upside. But if we get an inverse of these gaps, I'm entering a trade because that's a banger. Now listen, I see these draws and liquidity towards the downside. These are like pretty chill to me, right? There's these 50-minute lows, 1 hour low, 1 hour low, right? Bro, I'm like, bro, what am I talking about? But yeah, and then on ES, we really have the same setup. We have the same structure with this 1 hour low. I don't know why it's marked over there. This 1 hour low, and then we also have these premium lows down here. And honestly, you can see like the overall trend is kind of down from our London session. We're sort of reversing during the London session, and I'm expecting an extension during the New York session. Now, we don't really have any news because of a government shutdown, so boom. I'll show y'all what I'm looking at, and basically, yeah. So we get a sweep of the London low, and we get a reaction towards the upside. We fill in this 1 minute gap. We don't really take out liquidity, but in my head, if we're taking out high draws on liquidity right here, where we're gonna reverse, we're either gonna reverse here or continue to shit towards the bed. And that's what ended up happening. Bang. Perfect inversion right here. Now here's the problem. Here's my problem here. Perfect inversion here, right? That is true. I'm risking 79 ticks here when normally I like to risk 100. What I should have gone here is I should have went to this because if I'm entering off of this candle and I'm putting my stops above the candle, like I'm thinking that a gap is gonna be formed because we're gonna push it down. But if a gap doesn't form and we end up retracing for a little bit, I should be fine with that. So my stop should really be above this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. And even though it's a 1 to 1, bro, like it just makes sense because this fair value gap's already formed. So like, stop over here just doesn't make sense. And I don't know why I fucking put my stop there. I was trying to be like Powell and bang a 1 to 3 for y'all. When honestly this was a fucking great trade, but the problem is I should have taken on MNQ on micros probably and de-risked a little or used the same risk that I use on these, but use them with micros to make it like less risk if you know what I'm saying. But bro, honestly, this is a perfect inversion. No SMT. So I don't really give a fuck what's going on with the ES. Other than the fact that, you know. But we have this SMT towards the fucking upside. But in my head, if we take out the Asia low and we inverse these high time frame gaps, like we're gonna shit to bed. And that's exactly what happened. Like, boom. Post my entry, right? Bang, 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 bang. And then I got off the charts. Because, bro, y'all know one trade a day keeps the fucking federal government away. But, bro, in my head, like, I don't understand what I could have done better. Other than the stop loss issue, right? Okay, let's say suppose that I enter right here. And I put my stop here. It doesn't make sense because I'm targeting, like, a 1 to fucking 0.73. And even if I go on a 15-minute, like, I'm not going to force a fucking entry. The only other entry that I saw right here was if I try to run it down to this 1 hour, bullish for that gap. But at that point, like here, right? Let's say suppose I enter here. First of all, I guess I enter off of a cleaner inversion, right? But also at the same time, we did take out our break even point. So like I don't know if this is an optimal entry. Obviously it played out, but like, god damn, it played out in one candle. What the fuck? But yeah, basically, this was a 1 hour gap that I want to see filled. I don't know. In my head, this was a good trade. I just fucked with the stop loss too much, bro. Like, this is too tight of a stop loss to really catch a move, which is unfortunate. But like, also, it's like a learning lesson. Like, to not do this again. That's the thing. Now I'm like making these mistakes, but I'm learning from them and I'm recapping them for y'all and me so that it's ingrained in my head. Next time I take a trade, don't place my stop loss above or below an unformed gap. Place it at maybe above an already formed gap. And if there's not a gap and there's not a high, then maybe I probably shouldn't be taking the trade. So these are the sort of the things that are running through my head right now. Obviously, this was a pretty fucking banger trade in my mind. It's a pretty good trade, but fucking hell, the stop loss just messed with me. That's really it though. I mean, I'll be back at it tomorrow. I gotta catch a win tomorrow. I mean, yesterday I had a break even. Not really a break even. I did end up catching some ticks on the way back to my break even, and today, I mean, this is a loss. But another good thing about this loss is like it's like my predetermined risk. In fact, I think I risked a little bit less than my predetermined risk that I wanted to risk. So, we live to trade another day. I appreciate y'all. Y'all boys have a blessed one.